They say greatness is built under stadium lights, but Lionel Messi's greatness began in darkness, in pains no one saw, in silences only he heard, and in decision that broke a family but forged a future that would change the world of football. Before the trophies, before the records, before a stadium screamed his name, there was a little boy running against the wind, and that is where we begin, in the store. On a cold morning in Garibaldi Hospital of Rosario, a tiny and fragile baby entered the ward. He didn't look like a champion. He didn't look like someone destined for greatness. He was simply a quiet child named Lionel Andres Messi. No one knew this ordinary birth would shape the destiny of world football. From this small room, Messi's world began. Rosario was a tough city. Factories, dust, hard days, and harder nights. A place where dreams were expensive, but worth fighting for. And on that day, a spark lit, a spark the world would one day see.
Oh, look at you. She's perfect.
Blanket's nice and snug. I'll give you two a moment. Hi, mi amor.
The Messi home was so small, with cracked walls and old television. To make a long story short, a life built just on simplicity. But it was rich in something rare. Yes, it's love. Lionel grew up in a home where dreams were protected, even when money wasn't enough.
8 months later.
He was shy, quiet, and observant. But when a ball came near his feet, everything changed. The ball wasn't a toy, it was his language, a language the world would soon learn. On dusty neighborhood fields, with torn shoes and scrapped knees, Lionel learned football. These rough fields shaped him long before the stadium ever did.
Atención, atención, se viene la jugada del partido.
Cuidado, rápido, que no pase.
Pisa la pelota, la deja
Ahí va.
atrás. Se mete entre dos, túnel perfecto, levanta la cabeza, se acomoda. Impresionante disparo, la pelota va.
They played rough, the honest way kids play. But when Lionel touched the ball, time slowed. Yes, here the first spark of magic appeared. But behind all this joy, something felt wrong. Unfortunately, his hate wasn't changing. His growth has completely stopped. And very quietly entered the Messi home. In a dark and gloomy evening, in a cold clinic, after a long test and anxious waiting, finally the doctors spoke. Mr. Messi, your son's body does not produce enough growth hormone. The word shattered his parents. The dream he was drawing with his feet suddenly stood on the edge of collapse.
His height is much lower than it should be.
His body is not making enough growth hormone. Without treatment, he will stay much smaller than other kids.
Bien, veamos. Señor y señora Pérez, este estudio nos muestra que hay algo que vamos a tener que tratar con mucho cuidado.
Actually, the treatment existed, but it was so painful. Honestly, every night needles pierce the legs of a child who just wanted to play football. There is not cameras, no applause, even no cheering crowds, just a little boy fighting for his dream in silence. The scenes where a champion was forged not on a pitch, but beside a small bed in long, lonely nights.
Hey friends, welcome to my channel. If you made it this far, it probably means you're enjoying the video. So don't lose us. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the little golden bell.
Clubs saw his talent, but not the solution. Not only the treatment was so expensive, but also the risk was too high. And one door after another closed one by one. These were his first real wounds, but these no's didn't break him. They built him.
It's too expensive. We can't pay for this every month.
Then what are we going to do? I don't know.
Calm down. Everything will be okay.
In Argentina, hope was fading. So his family made the hardest choice of their lives. To leave home, to leave the familiar, to leave everything behind just for a golden opportunity.
Flight 2812 to Barcelona, now boarding at gate 17.
The plane descends through the clouds, Barcelona glowing beneath him like a promise. Lionel presses his face to the window, his heart racing faster than the engines. And then, there it is. It's Camp Nou, the giant he was only seen in dreams. For a moment, the stadium feels like it's watching him back. He doesn't feel small anymore. He feels chosen. La Masia was not warm. It wasn't home. It was a cold room filled with strangers and silence. Messi sat on his bed and whispered, "If I'm going to be seen, this is where it begins." Here, in this small room, he faced the hardest part of his journey, loneliness. But he did not break. While others slept, he trained. While others rested, he pushed. His body was so small, but his will unbreakable. Barcelona's cold rain fell hard, but he worked much harder than the past. He pushed through exhaustion, through pain, through doubt, because he knew champions are made in moments no one sees. Finally, at the end of a long day, he stood before Camp Nou, a stadium bigger than anything in his dreams. Rain slid across his face, but his eyes glowed with something brighter than hope. He whispered, "One day they will shout my name here." And so ends of chapter 1, a boy is standing at the edge of destiny, a storm behind him, a legend ahead.